All right, there we go. We're live. Nobody's watching yet anyway. It's always a bit stealthy on my channel, but we're coming at you with another martial arts movie live commentary, Jay and I. Because of we were just discussing off air, it's hard. Like there's like a real lack of like good quality martial arts movies, particularly Jackie Chan's library, like available on a lot of the common streaming channels. I know there's probably some specialized ones that would have that. And if you look him up, and we're watching, this is City Hunter from 1993, and this is on Prime for U.S. and Canada, apparently. You can only get the English dub on it, which doesn't really matter when we're doing a live commentary anyway, because we have the volume down pretty far. But yeah, this is by no means considered like a classic. It's in a weird place. It's 1993. Jackie's, been an established action martial arts star for a long time now. But he still hasn't actually broken through in the North American market. That's still a little ways away. Actually, like the next year, 94, Rumble in the Bronx was, I think, really the first one to make waves.
That's the first one I saw of his.
Right. So this is just before, like, Rumble in the Bronx. And, yeah, I know, he made a lot of movies, obviously. He was a very prolific and productive guy. But I remember by 96, he did the fourth Police Story movie, which was known internationally as First Strike, which I saw in theaters. It was probably... And it was like the second Jackie Chan movie I saw, I think. The first being the third Police Story, which at the time was called Super Cop, which I rented for like my 11th birthday or something. So that would have been 94. But then, yeah, a couple of years later. And then after that, I became really obsessed with Jackie Chan and all his exploits.
Super Cop, I always get these confused. Super Cop is Police Story 3?
Yeah. But, only the first two Police Stories have continuity. Once you get to the others, they're just called Police Story. Like sometimes, depending on the translation, he might have the same name, but it's not really important. Like so, only 1 and 2 are really connected. 3 and 4, they seem to, just like officially they are part of the Police Story series, but by then they're not really telling the same story or anything like that. And they really do jump because 2 and 3, 3 and 4 are more kind of like international, kind of almost like a spy type movie in a way, whereas the first two are, more normal, more normal police stuff. Well, City Hunter, if people recognize the title, it's because it's known really for one thing, and you might have seen these scenes on YouTube or something, is that towards the end of the movie, there's a couple fight scenes that just kind of out of nowhere, because it makes no sense within the context of the movie at all, because this is a very silly, farcical movie. I'm just going to let people know. All Jackie Chan's movies, always had a lot of comedy and lightheartedness to them. This one is just like full-on comedy. And as is often the case with a lot of these Chinese movies, some of them maybe just doesn't land or translate so well for Western audiences. There's a lot of jokes that just seem, not so good. But there is still some legitimately funny stuff in here, although usually, once again, it's less dialogue and comes down to stuff that Jackie does physically. But yeah, what people will remember is, I was going to say about the nonsensical thing is, there's a couple fights where suddenly the characters are dressed up like characters from the Street Fighter II Capcom video game, and it's accompanied by the music and everything. Apparently Capcom was like involved in this and somehow, because it's in the credits. So you get to see a couple fights with the characters done up as the characters in the movie done up as the characters in the game. Obviously, the one everybody remembers is Jackie as Chun-Li. Yeah, you'll get to see that, and it's with all the sound effects and music from the game, so pretty authentic there. So that's like the one thing people remember from City Hunter. City Hunter, yeah, it's just ridiculous. We can give it another minute, I guess. I don't know. See if I can. Okay, yeah, that's good. Try to get the word out there that this is happening. We were going to go last night, and that fell through, and we weren't sure if we are going to be able to do tonight or not. So it all sort of a little bit last minute, but that's okay. But we did do Police Story 1, and we were unable to find Police Story 2, because that was, obviously what we were going to do next for this series, but we're going to hop around a little. Hopefully, eventually, we can circle back to Police Story 2. But in the meantime, I have to acquire some of these movies, because for years I've been a big fan of Jackie Chan's career. So many of his movies, like I need to like just buy online or something.
It's like you were saying, a lot of this stuff was available at one time. It's just, it seems like now it's really odd.
Yeah. Back when I had switched to American Netflix, back when it wasn't so hard to do, and you could just switch the DNS settings on your PlayStation. This is about 7-8 years ago, and I had American Netflix. It might have even been on Canadian. Who's to say? Because I was using American at the time. They had quite a few of Jackie Chan's movies from like the '80s on there, and that a lot of them are considered really good movies. That's how I saw the 2 Project A movies. That's how I saw Dragon Lord, which is the movie that still holds the records for scenes. Yeah, most takes for a scene. Or at least most takes for a scene without dialogue or something. And what's funny is that the scene is not what you think, because it's actually not a martial arts scene. It's just this really incredible opening scene with some sort of sport or something going on. And there's also the reason I can understand why it was so hard to do in choreograph, because it involved tons of people. It had to have like 30, 40, I don't know, even 50. It's been a while since I had 50 people, and they're making like big human pyramids. It's craziness. So that still holds the record, I think, for that. That's 82. At least there were at least a couple others, yeah. And it just makes me sad that those movies seem to have disappeared. Prime is a good source for classic martial arts movies, and there's quite a few of like those Shaw Brothers movies and stuff like that, which we will get into eventually too. But as far as Chan himself, it's weird. You might get like a really early role from like the late 70s before he was anybody, and then it just like jumps to like Rush Hour and after that, where it's like all the best stuff is 80s and 90s right up to about Rush Hour. Not that he didn't make good movies after that, but then he was preoccupied doing some Western movies, some of which were okay, some of which were terrible, and of course then he's just getting older.
Those are easy to find too.
Yeah,
the Western ones.
Yeah, they're all over there. Yeah, when I was looking, I think there was like at least 2 of the Rush Hours, maybe the first 2, maybe not the third. I saw the Tuxedo. I saw. As available, I saw Shanghai Noon.
Yeah.
I think the Accidental Spies on there.
That's the one.
That has like George Lopez in it. It's pretty interesting. You have like international film star Jackie Chan and George Lopez, who I guess was pretty popular sitcom guy for a while. I'm not trying to disparage him, but it's still an interesting mix. And in the last few years, Jackie's gone back and done more Hong Kong movies, but of course they can't. And I mean, some of them are kind of interesting. There was Chinese Zodiac a few years ago that wasn't bad. There's a few of those. There's a really weird one that I just saw. I can't remember the title that I was looking at. Looked really weird. Where he's fighting some sort of like genetic super soldier or something. I don't know.
I like The Foreigner. Okay.
The Foreigner is definitely my favorite of his like later output for sure. I thought that was a really good movie. Plus, it's realistic. They're not trying to make him do like crazy stuff that he can't do anymore, but he's still doing cool stuff. And it's a good dramatic role. He's playing a character that's been through a lot of trauma. And over these years, Jackie did pick up some acting skills. And you always have to remember, it's probably a lot harder acting in a language that isn't your first language. So, I mean, that's kind of how it is with a lot of these martial arts stars. It's like by the time they usually start off pretty rough in the acting, and people make fun of it. By the time they're older, they're less good at the action stuff because they're old, but their acting has really improved. I mean, that certainly happened with Jean-Claude Van Damme, for instance. It's a kind of a shame that a lot of people like haven't seen his later output to see him do some actual decent acting, and all they remember is his like really sort of stilted, awkward acting from his more classic movies. But that's just how it goes. But yeah, City Hunter, 1993. Just I don't want to say a weird time, because I mean it was always pretty weird with Jackie, because I mean he just never stopped making movies. It's not really like he had this period or that period. Really, it's hard. I mean, you can break his career down into segments, but it's hard because there's just so much output. But I mean, 93, he's still obviously very physically capable and can do a lot of stuff. This is not one of his big on the scale of a Police Story. Again, what they're really going for here is the comedy. Of course, they're not going to shirk on the fights. There's going to be fights, but yeah. So I'll be interested in what you think of it. But I mean, it's by no means a classic Jackie Chan movie. I just think it'll be fun to do because, well, it was hard. Like I said, pickings were slim when we were looking for a Jackie Chan movie. I mean, there was other stuff, but we kind of were both in the mood for that. But it's just a bizarre movie full of like weird surrealistic stuff and the normal slapstick, but just all this other stuff piled on top of it, because there's slapstick in all of his movies. But yeah, so I'm interested by your reaction to it. Yeah, and we have to watch an annoying English dub, but we'll have the sound kind of down anyway, so there's gonna be a lot of annoying voices and stuff. But that's a good enough intro. Let's get going. And yeah, so this is on Prime in Canada and the US. I'm not sure where else it is, but we're I guess right at 0. I've got like a logo. It's one of those ones where the star comes out from behind the sun or from behind the planet or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So we're about close. So we'll do a 3, 2, 1, and then go thing. All right, people. So City Hunter. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Already seems.
Whatever this logo is.
Yeah, I recognize. It's a pretty long, drawn-out one, actually. Most aren't this slow. It's really building hype. Fortune Star. There you go. Sure.
Took their time on that one.
Yeah, really epic. So his character is known as City Hunter. I don't even know what his job is supposed to be. Like, I don't know if he's like a bounty hunter or a private detective. And he seems to like live in like a. There's a more familiar one, Golden Harvest. He seems to live in like some sort of like garage, like car garage. I'll get the manga style here. It's weird too because on the one hand it's like, oh, he's such a ladies man, but on the other hand they like make fun of how he's like not a ladies man. He can't really make up his mind about whether or not, because like some people are like, City Hunter, I've heard of you, you're amazing, and other people. Isn't that a great voice? Jesus. Okay, so he's a private detective.
From 93.
Yeah, definitely has that early 90s vibe. There's a lot of bright colored clothing. There's like some like weird attempts at like hip hop. Yeah, so the flashbacks. So there's a lot of surrealistic stuff like this.
Oh, wow. I heard the sound effect on your end.
Yeah, I gotta turn it down. I don't know. This is lower than I ever have in anything.
That's fine.
I can't believe how loud Prime is. Yeah, so he like raises this guy's daughter or cousin. Yeah. So this is the other fun part. So he has to take care of this little girl, and this is a flashback. So she's older now, and the whole thing is like now he's got the hots for her. So it's really. It's kind of like uncomfortable. It's like, that's kind of weird, dude. Like, you raised her when she was like 12, since she was like 12. I don't think they end up together, but it's sort of like a weird running joke. Yeah, Carrie. Yeah. Puberty hit her like a ton of bricks, and I was like, swing. Swing being a very 1993 phrase.
Oh, shit. Not fair.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like he lives in like this weird like car garage full of like pristine cars. It looks like the music video for like Uptown Girl by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
But a lot of the action, like the second half of the movie, takes place on a cruise ship, and that's where like most of it kicks off, where like terrorists or whatever take over the boat.
And they're really going for a cartoony look here, aren't they?
Yeah. Badass car phone.
Yeah.
There we get. Yeah, see, like he just like sleeps in like a garage full of cool cars.
I don't think I would sleep under the car like that.
Oh, here he's having a dream. He's having a dream here. Dream sequence. Forgot about all the clock gags.
Just clap while he swims.
Yep. Oh, look, she's really shrill and annoying. We've never seen that in a Jackie Chan movie. Yeah, and she's going to physically abuse him a lot too.
Watch out! He just shot a clock.
That's true.
You know,
Right, yeah, and he does have a girlfriend too.
I bet they were going for the Baywatch look there. That looks like the Baywatch.
Yeah, the red is
yeah,
very Baywatch.
red one piece.
Yeah, makes sense.
That would
Like,
seems like
don't any of these girls have implants? We can't compete with that.
Well, no, they're pretty well endowed.
Okay.
Yeah, 89. Baywatch started in 89, so.
Wow, that's earlier than I thought.
Probably.
But yeah, I knew by 93 Baywatch was pretty damn popular.
Oh, shit. Man, he can sleep through anything.
That always seems to be something that these guys have.
Don't wake me up, I'm coming.
She did actually mention that he was having a wet dream. At least I think he has a girlfriend. Well, anyway, there's another girl that shows up, but I can't remember if it's his girlfriend or somebody he's trying to woo or whatever. But you got him all the way downtown, still unconscious somehow. I think there's some skateboarding in this movie.
That seems appropriate.
Jackie Chan was a very good skateboarder, which I guess shouldn't surprise anybody. But it's just kind of funny that like something that like some people do professionally, he could just do.
He's one of those people that could probably do anything he wanted to athletically.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen those people that like,
they
I'm
pick
great
something
at
up
this.
like instantly. Yeah.
I'm also great at darts now. All of a sudden, you know, shit like that.
Oh no, you know what? We were talking about Wheels on Meals. He does a bunch of skateboarding. He and his friend. Like that's what they do is they've got that food truck, and what they do to drum up business is they drive the food truck out to a crowded area and set it up, and then one of them gets on the skateboard and zips around the crowd and takes orders and stuff. And they're both really good skateboarders.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a rich guy whose daughter took off, and he has to find her. Okay, Kyoko.
Is that her in the background there?
Yep.
Let's show off our gymnastic skills while we talk about how sad we are. But yeah, the first Jackie Chan movie I saw probably ever. Honestly, I take that back. I may have seen some of.
Oh, there's skateboarding here too. Okay, yeah, she's with a skateboarding like group. They're pretty hardcore. Okay, yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
I'll watch this scene here first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first I ever saw were actually the third and fourth Police Stories, because I saw Super Cop when I rented it around 94, and then in 96 when First Strike came out, I actually saw that in theaters, and I'm pretty sure those are the first two I saw. I might have seen pieces of a couple others. I don't know.
I might have seen like Drunken Master or something like that on like a, they used to do like Hong Kong, martial arts films like on Saturdays.
Yeah, you're lucky. I never got that. That's cool. Like a kung fu theater thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. It was either that or like, I could switch to another channel at the same time, and it was usually a horror movie on. So I remember watching like, martial arts movies and like Chud 2 or some shit.
It's funny, nowadays we have so many more channels, but we don't seem to get better options.
Right. But saw Rumble in the Bronx first in the theater, and then even Operation Condor next, and then I think First Strike.
I saw Operation Condor because that's another one that got released in the theater. And now that you mention Rumble in the Bronx, I probably saw Rumble in the Bronx between Super Cop and First Strike, because I remember watching that in Ryan's basement. And that was probably circa 95. So
he was. I tried to see all of his films that came out. I think like Mr. Nice Guy was kind of.
Yeah, I saw that in theater. Yeah.
I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin, because that's not a very good movie. I mean, it's got some great fight scenes. I just don't think it's a great movie.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there's that. So the only one of those I didn't see that got American releases years later, like because that's how I saw Operation Condor.
Yeah.
and was baffled to find out later that like Operation Condor was actually Armor of God 2, and that for a while they had to do, because then they released Armor of God as Operation Condor 2 over here. Even though
that's not confusing.
Look at these guys; they're pretty hip.
What are they playing, like polo?
I know, it's like skateboard polo. There's a lot of that. He tried to molest me. They put a lot of that, and that's a big thing in Asian stuff general. So yeah, so he does show off some of his skills here, but yeah. Wheels on Meals, which is like a decade earlier than this, he was skateboarding. So even because the early 80s was when skateboarding was only kind of like sort of becoming cool. Jackie was ahead of the time. Oh yeah, I'd be really scared of those guys.
Okay.
It's just like a weird cut. You have no idea that they're even near the windows. Okay, so yeah, Jackie's usually good for doing realistic stunts, not there, just craziness. But this is that kind of movie. This movie's full of like weird, absurd, surrealist stuff.
Yeah.
But he really can shred on a skateboard.
Did you ever skateboard?
Yeah, when I was like 15, 16. I hung out with some people that were into it. I was never very good. So
I was never very good either. I wish I was, but
I mean, I could do the odd trick, but usually it was more luck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do like a decent ollie, like 1 out of every 5 attempts.
Yeah. That was always the big trick, was the ollie, and then it became the kick flip.
Yeah.
When I think Tony Hawk may have been the guy that
like pretty much any time I succeeded at anything, it was like more accidental.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't do it again if I tried. But yeah, I was like 15, 16. I had some skater friends, and I don't know. I was, for one thing, I wasn't very good, and the other thing, like I was kind of annoyed by how limited it was, because it was like if you were a skater, you just had to be this and act this way, and listen to this music. And I wanted to branch out and do other things. So that's when I was like in grade 10.
Oh yeah, I was not in. I mean, I dressed like a skater, but I didn't skateboard at all at that age. I was younger, maybe like 13. But
I haven't been on a skateboard since I was probably 18. I'd probably kill myself.
Yeah. Come on in here. I'm like 15 years old.
Score. Come on, people. When this happens, it's too good to be true.
He didn't get any at all.
Love that skewed camera angle for no reason.
I like it. I like it, though.
Yeah, I mean, if it works because it's like an offbeat movie, so Helter Skelter style. Pretty good. Come on, City Hunter. Can you pierce her disguise? Yeah, there's the boat. I can't remember why she goes on the boat, but that's where this all kicks off, really, is on this cruise ship. The Fujimaru, I guess. I'm so whiny. I'm the best voice actor ever. Once again, if something seems too good to be true, it definitely is. Even in this crazy world.
Yeah. What, is he asleep again, though?
No, I think they're here to, like, rob him or something. Well, it's kind of weird that they know it's his birthday. I don't know if they're, like, a criminal gang and they're here to rob him. It hasn't been that long since I've seen it, but I kind of forget some of these details. But again, it's not what he thinks it is.
So he doesn't even know. He's been being tied up. Oh, yeah.
So this is, even with a bunch of women, this is still sort of the the typical sort of Jackie Chan fight, and then he starts off with a huge disadvantage. And this, he's tied up. You know, we've seen movies where he's like got handcuffed and various things. So he always has to like work his way up into a level, right? He's like, I'll just shoot all these broads.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to get a cake in the face.
Someone's going to.
Oh, he gets it.
Yeah.
Or no.
Oh, it's coming back at you.
Yeah, I knew she got it. Plug him. That's a pretty good shot. Oh dear, what the hell is he doing?
He's raping them all.
See, that's their idea of like a comedic bit.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty clear he's gonna go rape them all to teach them a lesson.
I'll show you.
Clothes all go flying off.
You made me miss my cruise, so
I'm
gonna give it to you.
Faster than I thought. It makes sense though. I mean, it's a short movie, so yeah.
Squinty eye. That seems a bit much.
You racist prick.
Oh wait, I've got those as well. And what's up with the Beetlejuice clothes?
Yeah, get used to crazy, bizarre clothes.
Is that a little?
You know, like 1990 was such a horrible year fashion-wise because the 80s were just sort of smashing into the 90s and we didn't know it. But by 93, that you know, in North America, fashions had sort of set in. I guess China was maybe a little behind.
This is probably just a little bit before the grunge scene, so it was kind of.
Yeah. Well, 93, that's when grunge was really big, for sure. Probably.
I mean, it took a little while to ramp up as far as the clothing.
Yeah, man. Remember you could like buy like grunge jeans like with the rips already in them and stuff.
Yeah,
and you could buy like flannel and stuff like. That's one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs. Corduroy is about that. How like he had like this thrift at some like cheap thrift store. He bought like a corduroy coat, and then after like 10 came out, like they were like, I don't know, some company was selling like replicas of the coat for like $500 or something. Boy, they will come up again. They're part of this. Those two. What kind of face is that, Jackie? He's a real dick. Ah, that actually works in this language. I can't wait till we smash cut to that stupid band. These white devils won't let me on their boat. Goddamn British. What more can you take from us?
Yeah, they always throw people out like that. You don't just like, you got to leave, sir. You get physically thrown out.
You go bowling with his face. Man, all that stuff has got to be bad for the environment. Throwing all those streamers and stuff. Look at this. This is nonsense. You want to kill all the marine life in the area?
What the hell?
The harbor's going to get all backed up with your shit. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I remember seeing Jackie in one of those sailor suit type things, but no, that's not this movie. That's Project A.
Mm-hmm.
In Project A, he's a Hong Kong policeman fighting like pirates in like the early 20th century.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I've heard you mention it before, but I've never seen it.
Neither are great. Like neither Project A really has like a big wow moment like some of those movies have, like you know, a really unforgettable fight or stunt. But they're just solid. They're just solid.
Hmm.
Definitely good movies. I mean, in the '80s, like pretty much all his stuff was good. Trapped. Like, hey, we won't
I'll
make
do
any moves. Don't flip
I'll
our
do it.
priceless table. Okay, everybody, just give him some room here. Those plastic tables are worth a fortune.
Oh shit!
He's carrying a plastic table. We can't. I mean, they're acting like he's like carrying like
A bomb.
yeah, it's like he's got nitroglycerin or something.
How did he manage to only pick up the 2 legs?
I know. Because I mean, we've seen the bit before where Jackie's like trying to like do things like keep things from breaking, like a vase or something like that. But that's not
Yeah.
what's going on here. So.
Hey.
Oh, once again, more accidental pervert stuff. Damn, the Asians love that. That's like in every anime and manga ever.
No.
Oh yeah, that's the other like running gag throughout this movie is that he's starving and he can never get any food. You know what other movie has that gag? Care Bears 2.
Huh.
There's a gag where Grumpy can't ever eat, and he keeps like complaining about how he can't eat. That's what this reminds me of. Like when you're ripping off Care Bears 2, that's pretty bad.
Is that the one with Darkheart in it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Or yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dark Art, where he spends most of his time as like a redheaded kid.
Yeah.
With the most oddly, I've said this on air before. Like the strangest delivery of a line I've ever heard in any movie is in that, where he goes, "Time for a game of disappearing bears." So weird.
Like it's almost a question.
Yeah. And he's like I mean, he's basically breaking the fourth wall, but it's let's get to that obnoxious band. Smooth music. It's gonna be anything
Smooth
but
music.
It's gonna be what we're hearing. The band plays like the opposite of smooth music. Great pants.
I'm gonna have to turn it up when the band comes on.
Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable. So these two, I can't remember if they're like agents or what, but you know they're here. Oh, boobs. It's like her boobs made her fall over.
Did she just break her boobs?
Yeah, they made her fall over.
It said squishing sound when she hit the ground, so.
But you're not here for single guys. You guys are here on the job as I don't remember what they are. They're not cops, but you know they're here to get somebody. See. Yeah. Okay, so they know about the plot somehow. We don't know. Because yes, there is a gang that's going to rob the boat. Spoilers, people. How do you get this onto a boat anyway?
Wow.
They are
fucking
prepared. Yeah. Oh, here's the bad guy. Well, one of them. This guy's so funny. Yeah. This is who Jackie obviously has some fight scenes with. He's one of the gang.
Oh, we're establishing he's a badass. Oh shit.
I do wish I could do that.
Man.
Apparently, I could as a toddler.
I feel like that would hurt your testicles, like bouncing on them like that.
You're mad that he's late? I mean, you were kind of busy with your routine there. Ba-boom! You're not there to attract men. You're there to arrest a bunch of bad guys. But I guess they think they can multitask. Meanwhile, we haven't actually seen the missing girl for a while. Subtle! You still thinking about food. You get it?
Those titties look like hamburgers to me. Oh, come on. That's like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yep. Let's see that drumstick, baby. That's true. He raped a whole gang of women before he came here.
Oh, God, he was going to bite her?
Come back.
I mean, you're on a cruise. I mean, you should be able to...
Yeah, I know.
Aren't they known for, like, great food and stuff?
Well, he had that piece of bread, and then it got stepped on.
It looked.
I like how does he stand next to that guy to look more like attractive by comparison? See, he's randomly in. Yeah, there's a lot of this. Reading my Upside Down magazine.
Right. So funny.
He's had a thing for me since I was 12. He'll come. So romantic. No.
So that's the girl he raised, right?
Yeah, that's Carrie. Oh yeah, he more misunderstandings. Yeah, it's like we can't even communicate.
Why? I don't understand.
Don't try to understand the relationship, that's for sure. But
yeah,
just
so
know
she wants to.
even though she doesn't. Well, it's like she won't let him get any, but at the same time, she doesn't want him to be with anybody else either. It's basically what it is.
That's weird.
What's up, sluts? Oh. Here we go. Oh no, still this. Don't worry. a horrific band is going to interrupt. I guess they're doing a James Bond thing here. Oh yeah, that guy. He's a good guy. I forgot about him. The guy smoking. I can't remember if he's like some like rival of City Hunters or what, but he's like pretty good at what he does.
Oh, gross.
Well, yeah, but he's a pervert. Another Tarzan reference. This has gone, like, the bit would have been okay, but it's gone a bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he just yelled potent and it cut off, okay. Oh, the worst band in the world is setting up. Here we go. This will blow your fucking mind. And the camera angles really help, too. I like how the audience doesn't like them, too.
I'm getting like a CNC Music Factory Marky Mark type of feel. The music's not lining up with the outfits, but
Yeah. Except for that crazy, like, nasal vocal delivery. I do approve of the bunnies, but they're not in the band. I like how the crowd sometimes is into it and sometimes isn't. I hope they're a real band and they had a real career and weren't just made for this.
me too.
They have what, wire work and everything. They came prepared.
That guy's just trying to bang everybody.
Yep. He's potent, baby.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, they went there. I have no idea what the lyrics are, but I guess it really doesn't matter. You can just get the vibe. Imagine going to a cruise and this just happening. Like, here's the band for tonight's entertainment. Oh, great. It's a bunch of lunatics in leather. With some tight back clips, though.
There's this Janet Jackson video, the costume
Rhythm
designer
Nation?
too.
It's like Rhythm Nation, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Woo! That's really something.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy in the vest is pretty badass. I can't remember who he is or what he does, but She just knows everybody.
Mm-hmm. Murder's another game he plays. Is murder a game, though?
Everything's a game.
Wednesday agrees with me.
Well, she is an expert on murder. What's up, Murder Paws?
How's she doing?
She's great.
Good.
Take your medicine every day, don't you? Yeah. She's doing really well. Very proud of her. Oh, some gambit action there.
Yeah.
Cards. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that was like I'm not sure what, Full House with the same suit. I think.
I think it was this badass, but he has like this ridiculous vest. It has like keyboard and a violin on it. So many costume changes in this movie. Every time somebody goes to like somewhere else, they put on different clothes. Yep, this is what the bad guys choose to wear for their bad guy operation. It's a little conspicuous.
Yeah,
but,
I was going to say.
This is how they roll in their red jumpsuits or whatever.
Is this going to be Jackie?
No, it's the girl that he's looking for. We haven't seen her in forever. She's finally back on Kyoko or whatever. That's what he's supposed to be here for. He's supposed to be finding her. But she's been incognito. Now I guess she figures it doesn't matter. Even though she knows he's on the boat, I think. I don't know. Plus, he has to hide from the crew because he's a stowaway. That's not going to matter in a minute, though. Well, those guys are real pros. Let's say it loudly. Well, let's get going. You want to see Jackie Chan's Under Siege? Oh, she rigged that up pretty fast. Oh, fail. I guess she rigged it up too fast.
Yeah. We didn't give it a test.
He's really inept. You didn't say what it was. You're a woman. You're hysterical. Oh, that's right. He's hungry. Ha ha ha. So funny. Get down to the kitchen and grab some stuff.
Normally we would have, okay, he's going to eat it.
Yeah. The whole thing is whenever he's about to eat, he gets interrupted or something takes the food away. Oh, this guy doesn't seem like he's...
Captain's over here in this bed.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Inside man. Not Thailand. That's the worst place on earth. What?
City Hunter, I'm about to eat a live rat.
Here, hold on to my lunch. You dumb bitch.
I was going to eat that.
Oh, no honor among thieves.
Oh, man.
You know, this isn't great for peripheral vision. Shut up. We want to look like ninja terrorists. Oh yeah, the really tall guys in this too, I think. Look, look, here's the scene where, you know, Bruce Lee fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So they're gonna like parody that too with somebody really tall. I forgot about this. That's Game of Death, of course, the movie that Bruce never got to finish because he died. Ooh, good line. It's rare to see Jackie Chan shoot a guy. Great. Don't pay any attention to what's happening on the screen. It has no relevance to what we're going through. City Hunter! I love how you're focused on the movie and not the terrorists attacking us. She must just really be a big Bruce Lee fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this scene is classic. Well, people are shooting at us, but I guess you're right. Oh, here we go.
Man, headshot.
Oh, that guy's black. You know what that means? He is the Kareem. Whoa. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Oh, wait, that should be your line. Size 24.
Yeah.
My ribs just caved in. I'm fine.
God.
I mean, really, when your legs are that long, it can't be easy to throw kicks.
Right.
And then again, they don't have to.
They're 3 feet taller than him. Your feet are like boats. This guy's also on an incline, or he was for that other angle.
He's what?
He's on some sort of a like step or something to make him look even taller.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Because he's ridiculously taller than him. I know Jackie Chan's not a tall guy, but
Yeah.
this guy would have to be like 9 feet tall.
Now in that movie,
Let's see what's happening.
he's vulnerable to light, but I don't think they. Oh, that's good.
About to body slam this girl.
Ooh.
Broke her back.
Yeah.
I would think size really wouldn't be an advantage. I mean, height wouldn't really be an advantage in a fight like this.
I know, you just constantly you're like tripping over these seats.
Maybe a disadvantage.
I know, to have such long legs with all these seats
Right.
in the way.
I mean, you're gonna.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Forgot about that bit. You like Bruce. That is one thing about being tall too, is like your weak spots are even bigger than most people's.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody gives you a good like side kick to your knee, you go down just as hard as anybody else. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Just look at the UFC. I mean, there's some super tall guys, but they've never really been that successful, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like
surely
Randy Couture made a whole career of beating guys way bigger than him.
I mean, they've won fights, sure, but like...
But they were never the... I mean, who was like the most successful guy? Like, what was his name? Tim Sylvia might be like the most successful, and still he's not like amazing.
He's not crazy tall either. Right? He's probably like, what, 6'8" or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that's super tall, but there are guys that are 7 feet in the UFC.
Actually, in the UFC, it hasn't had like those guys. That's why they're different from like the Japanese thing, like because they don't have like a super heavyweight division, right? So the tallest guy they had was Stefan Struve, who was 6'11".
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
But all those like really huge like freak fights weren't in the UFC. They were in like Pride and stuff. Guys like Bon Hok Choi and stuff. And of course, the great Bob Sapp.
Yeah, I used to love Pride. I still do love Pride. It just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I wish I was watching back when it was on.
Very, very brutal.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about soccer kicks to a downed opponent.
It's rough. I mean,
ONE still has that. I mean, I'm sure you saw. That's how Johnson just lost. He took a knee. But I mean, I don't mind that too much because I mean, it was just a good clean knee, and he's out and the fight's over. Because in some ways, like ground and pound to me is worse. So I don't know, just raining punches down on a downed opponent.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely, taking that type of damage over multiple fights will definitely give you some CTE or whatever. But a bicycle kick to the head will kill you. I mean, will kill anybody,
Yeah. Just like you can't elbow straight down like this.
Well,
which
yeah.
I've seen guys get disqualified for. A guy grabs them in the clinch and they go wham! Like you can't hit to the top of the head. Like
I've seen them do it and not call it too.
Yeah. Speaking of the oh look, she can do some kicking herself.
Oh. He threw that gun down.
They really play up how crappy this guy is. It's good.
All right, Snake Eyes.
Give this gang credit. There's a lot of them. They figure they're too big to fail because there's like 30 of them.
At least.
Yeah, food. That running gag is so great. Why does this guy have any chocolate on him?
Was that gum out of her mouth?
Yep.
Oh, God.
That's how kind she is. I've got some spare gum. Well, it's not actually spare. It's used.
Got some high tech. What?
So stupid.
Your bottom's been touched at least once.
Handsome womanizer, undefeatable in battle. That had no purpose. Anything for a cheap laugh.
He said bottom, but he rubbed it on her back. I mean, that's fine, but I guess probably better than rubbing it all over her butt. Some high tech.
For fuck's sake. All right.
Oh,
Oh, he shoots that guy for no reason.
they're just blowing everybody away.
Yeah. I thought you were going to feed the sharks. Please kill the band. You know what, Mac? Just Mac. It's really important to me what you guys call me. I wish they had a scene where they just line the band up and blast them. Oh, this badass is going to try something.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Oh, here's the start of the Street Fighter stuff. So you actually see them playing it on a weird-looking machine. We just play Street Fighter. We don't believe in violence. It's 1993. Anybody who plays video games are total nerds. That's why I have voices like this. They're all in red. Well, I guess it's nice that he gives such explicit instructions. Oh, that's right. I forgot that he does that. He does a whole thing where he allows them to gamble. I can't remember how it works, though. We'll see. You got that city hunter alive. I don't think so. Pinball. Brilliant effects. We're at 53 minutes, coming up on 54 minutes, if anybody's interested. Right, so McDonald decides to gamble against some of these people. I can't remember how this works, but obviously if they lose, he's going to play Baccarat with them, and if they lose, he kills them, I guess. Baccarat's definitely the most classy. You see Bond playing the old ones before they changed it when he started playing blackjack. And of course in Casino Royale he plays poker. Oh, you lose. 6 isn't great. Oh, all ties to the bank. Yeah, get shot here, get shot later. Good bad guy laughing there. He hit her. That was pretty good. Sorry, I think of The Simpsons. Whoa, gee, you hit her pretty hard that time, Ricky. That was Homer watching I Love Lucy. Oh, here come Art. Oh, yeah, we've got the badass guy and the 2 Asian girls, wherever they are. But this badass guy never loses, so here we go. Use your coolness powers. Put the tension with a knife. Ten beats 7. Incredible. What horse shit is this? Surprised they didn't go over the upskirt there. It's such a great opportunity. 29 games. Beat that, bow tie. Using his coolness powers again. 8 and... Surprised they haven't shot him yet. Oh. Yeah, this is a bit like that Die Hard moment where that annoying cocaine guy is talking to Han. Hans. So McDonald, to make things more fun, started playing Baccarat with the hostages. And every time they lose, he shoots them. But then he got up to the cool guy, and he can't beat the cool guy. The cool guy has beaten him 29 times in a row, and oh, there we go. He's doing his card tricks. I can see your shirt now. It's interesting effect.
Yeah, it's... see if it'll disappear again.
Yeah, before you were a floating head.
It comes and goes, I guess.
You get what you pay for. Also, they do foreshadow the Street Fighter 2 thing, and that City Hunter went into the arcade and found 2 guys who were nerds because they were playing the game, and they, I don't know, had some really embarrassing nerd dialogue later with a transmitter that made no sense. But they were weird arcade machines, though, because they weren't like stand-up like we're used to. Like, they were, like, the screen was, like, down below. You'd have to look down at the screen. I wonder if we'll see them again. That's on you, buddy. I wonder if you should have said I'll be back, but anyway. It's pretty cool. Flying on a dolphin. Uh-oh. All right. Oh, well, you thwarted me. She put her legs together. What the hell do I do?
Yeah. That's a conundrum.
I get past this fortress. He already slugged her one before. You didn't see that. She slapped him, so he just punched her. Once again, tone is kind of weird. Not worth a shot. But he's too manly. This is his kind of foreplay.
Yeah.
Gut shot.
Yeah, this is foreplay to him. He's like, no, put it in my butt. The other one got dropped like this too. This is one playful rape scene. Yeah.
Hey, if anyone's gonna be raping around here, it's me. I hold the record. I'm still gonna play head games with you because I'm crazy. Hey, terrorist who's gonna rape me, play along. I want to make my not boyfriend jealous.
Man, she gets splayed out like that a few times, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he first called her his girlfriend. I don't know why you're happy about that, but she's pleased.
My girlfriend daughter.
That's not unheard of. Who is that guy? Was it James Garfield? One of those presidents. Like, he married somebody that he raised from when she was a kid.
Really? I didn't know that.
They actually got married in the White House. No, it couldn't have been Garfield, because Garfield got killed. Might have been somebody after him. Because Garfield got killed by Charles, whatever the fuck his name was. De Gaulle or whatever. He had like a French-sounding name.
That was a period of time when a lot of presidents got assassinated.
Until George W. Bush, every president that got elected in a year ending in 0 died in office.
Wow.
I kept waiting for him to die, but it didn't happen. He broke the streak. It's just a running gag that these guys have like itchy trigger fingers and can't. I did say don't move, but okay. This guy can fight too, though. I mean, it is a Jack Chan movie. Everybody can fight. Don't do it. That's good. I'm gonna kill you now. No, don't do that. Well, don't worry, Jerkwad, who by the way betrayed everybody. You missed that. He's here. Well, he didn't betray everybody, but he did tell them where City Hunter was. He might be. You know he's captured. You literally saw them capture him. Oh, look, there's the guy from the band. I
Yeah.
forgot that they have. I've only got this leather baseball cap. What can I do? You guys can put on that Janet Jackson tape and blow their minds. Oh, I wonder if this guy's gonna blow it.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? We're all set. I'm just like that blonde guy. This is what gets me off, baby.
Damn.
Knees are in the head like 5 times. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think that shoe's gonna work. Yeah, that's right. I'm Maxwell Smart, shoe phone.
Yeah.
Ever see that movie? Ever see that show? Oh, I get it. He's not into the ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
forgot about
okay.
that. That is interesting. This is one kinky
Okay.
henchman.
This is how I shut doors.
Seductively. I wouldn't even bother. I'd be like, he's a loss. We don't need to help him. Let's move on.
Write him off.
Yeah. Here's another recurring thing in Jackie Chan movies. Girl Squad! Which seem to have like its origin, I think, in Operation Condor. It's Teen Girl Squad! Did you ever see those back on the old Homestar Runner sites from the early 2000s? Oh man, I'll just show you that with Strong Bad. Oh man, Strong Bad used to have this cartoon he made called Teen Girl Squad. Oh, it was so funny. It's like, what's her name? What's her face? The ugly one! I'll have to find that and show it to you. That was good early 2000s laughs on the internet, people. Homestar Runner. Take that, evil homosexual.
Okay.
Let me get in there. Whoa, he's doing some sort of fisting? There's a lot of implied sexual assault in this movie. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of guns. Well, we'll give it to this girl, the most inept guy ever, and the worst band ever.
That's the same gun that the main bad guy has.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
I don't know what that is. Must be some sort of a...
Okay, so those are the guys from the arcade. I don't really...
Oh, I thought they were the band guys. Okay.
Yeah, maybe they are. They sound like... I don't know. Everybody keeps changing clothes. Everybody's got like 6 costume changes in this movie.
They're in their Christmas Carol pajamas.
Miss caroling.
Like, have you ever seen someone wear one of those fucking like stocking hats like to sleep in?
Not since like the 19th century.
Right.
Or perhaps like a Donald Duck cartoon or something.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, he's hungry. Guys, can you give him some food before you kill him? It's like, couldn't you just let them shoot me? This has been the worst day. I know, you're just a bonus. I mean, they came on this cruise to rob a bunch of rich people. Now they found out there's an extra rich person on the cruise. They don't really need to negotiate. Can't believe these terrorists lied. Oh, the combined weight of their breasts and the gun is too much. She had just figured it out, but adding the gun just threw her balance off. Speaking of costume changes, here's another one. You know you can't eat those. Ah, seriously? There she goes. That's my cat stealing mozzarella sticks. She's never, ever since we got her, she loves stealing food. She always liked cheese. Weird cat.
Mm.
Can't wait to clean this up Wednesday. Just like when she takes pizza, she pulls the cheese off of it.
Mm.
You enjoy that Wednesday. Harder on her butt. More butt support. Poor city hunters encumbered once again. Damn ship has too many decks.
There's someone in this movie called DJ Soft, and there's also DJ Hard.
I will have to look up their discography.
That must be the band members, maybe. So what's that girl's name in the white there?
Kyoko is her character. That's
Kyoko.
Kyoko. That's the one he's been
Okay.
sent to find. The daughter of a wealthy Japanese businessman.
She's got Shizuko Amamura, also known as Kyoko.
Yeah, she is actually of Japanese descent. Not just the character.
Miko Goto.
Oh, remember that gymnastic stuff? It's
There
paying
it
off
is.
now. She can do a whole routine on the balance beam. Man, that's hard.
Well, she would have been about 19 in this movie, so
Yeah, I mean, it's about what she's supposed to be. The
somewhat
young
legal.
daughter of some rich guy that he's trying to save.
She had a gap from 95 to 2019.
Wow.
Probably raised a family in that period of time, I would imagine.
That's what a lot of people do. Boinging and screaming. This movie holds the record for attractive women landing on their backs. That's so fake. It's funny because Jackie Chan movies usually aren't like that, but there it's just so dumb.
This is
And
playing up
complete with the cartoon. Look at that, Wile E. Coyote style. Thunderstrikers?
Thunderstrikers.
I can't remember what that's supposed to be. I guess some sort of special forces guys. Looks like the terrorist threat is over. But wait, Jackie still has like several big fights coming up. Pretty badass masks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a bomb. The arcade guys found it. There's always a bomb. Or bombs. Can't do this kind of movie, even a silly one, without the impending threat of an explosion. Ah, so there's the arcade. See, look at the machines. They're all like low. Finally, we've entered the Street Fighter 2 portion of the evening. Oh, those are the gamer guys. Okay. Yeah, those were band guys. These are the gamer guys. They're super nerdy. They're like, let's go play pinball. I don't know why they're spazzing. All right, let's do some Street Fighter 2.
Damn.
Yeah. I guess getting thrown into the machine has unleashed the... Yeah, here we go. So in the world of this, it's going to transform him. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that would
Leave
be
it to
appropriate
music.
character.
Yeah. Weird. I'm the one that crashed into the machine, yet he's the one that transformed. Oh, Ehon the time.
Okay. It's not the first choice I was expecting.
I know. I'm pretty sure he also does Dalsim and Chun-Li. So he covers all. He covers the Asian characters.
Yeah.
Complete with Chun-Li's victory pose.
Oh, what's happening?
I guess they're making fun of the fact that when you get knocked out, sometimes the body does bounce, which is pretty funny. Imagine somebody getting like KO'd in the UFC and they hit the canvas and they go boing. Oh, he is Guile first. I forgot about that. Guile's music is awesome. It's weird seeing such a small Guile. He doesn't even fight as Guile. Okay, he's just posing.
Yoga Flame.
Oh, he's both of them. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, hell yeah.
They made a mistake there, though. When he extended the leg, that was actually Sagat saying tiger. But anyway. Because the Sagat voice is the same as Dalsim's voice. Yeah. Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire is the same as Tiger, Tiger Uppercut.
Tiger.
Here we go. Now, for Chun-Li for the win.
So this is really the comedy chops, right?
This is definitely what the movie's best known for, is him fighting as Chun-Li. The pride of China. Okay, that kick was Fei Long, or whatever his name is, but okay. Oh, Hadouken. What happens when these two kicks collide? There it is. See? There's the victory pose and everything. Good choreography.
Wow.
Why are their faces all bashed up? We're video game nerds. We talk like this. It's 1993 and video games are a nerdy pursuit. All that's left is the fight with McDonald. Oh yeah, the badass guy still got his group of people. I forgot. Haven't seen them in a while. What happened to the squad of commandos?
Yeah, good question. Guess they all got dispatched.
They're like, we're just doing the decks. We're not going to like actually go down into the ship. Luckily, formal attire Gambit is here. Oh, he took one. My throwing arm. Two of diamonds.
Has he been shot in both arms now?
Maybe it's just a continuity error. I don't know. Of course, they are getting close to you. You can just kick them. Oh, some John Woo style.
I mean, maybe if he didn't scream "wait," you could probably get a better jump on him.
Yeah. Maybe you should just shoot the bad guys and yell afterwards.
Yeah.
Can she throw cards as well as he can? Of course she can.
Throw it at me. Put me out of my misery. I've been shot in the arm.
I can't be a cool gambler anymore. Oh.
Oh.
That was pretty cool. In no way realistic, but cool. They're just not doing anything.
I've seen guys that throw cards like that, and they can like penetrate like a watermelon or something.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't think you could kill somebody with one. You could probably blind somebody, or
Yeah.
stick it in their forehead or something. But
how far can they throw them? I figured that to be pretty close range, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like 10 feet probably.
10 feet's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
I
can
guess,
remember trying to do it.
Yeah.
I think I tried. I used every card. I did 52 attempts. 52 failures.
Practice, I guess. You get the right angles on it or whatever.
Shit, did I banged the camera again. Okay. Floaty. Pick a card, any card. I can't even shuffle well.
Me either.
I just don't have good hands for cards. And it's the 9 of hearts. Where's the Joker? That's not a Joker, that's a Jack. Oh, there's a Joker. Oh, both Jokers are together. I must have done that on purpose. Ooh, sexy.
Uh-huh.
Girls and guns, yeah! What does he do? Well, he did catch her. Now he's just showing off. Look at this, gun fu. Make a good figure skating routine.
She's going to shoot herself in the leg.
What are we doing now? I don't remember. Yeah. I'm just caught up in the moment. I guess that is pretty funny.
Yeah. He liked it.
That's your cousin? That's your cousin who's been hitting on you this whole time? That's weirder than me hitting on you. Okay, well, maybe it's a tie.
They both changed their diapers, though, so.
Gunplay. In retrospect, I probably should have used the bullets on you.
You shot my trigger.
Okay, you're off the hook. There we go. This is a pretty good fight for all the ridiculousness of this movie. 3. Nice.
Oh. You pull out the magic.
I had these up my
baton.
sleeve the whole time, apparently. It was very uncomfortable, but worth it for this moment.
Have you seen
It's like,
those?
all my arms are strong enough.
Oh,
No, they're
okay.
not. This really hurts. Seen what?
Those like magic batons or magic bow staffs or whatever that people can. It's just like expanding, like tightly coiled metal, but it like expands really quickly.
Huh.
They're really dangerous because it's really sharp.
Oh, yeah?
People get all cut up by them and stuff, but I mean they're pretty impressive. I mean you can't really do any damage, but the way it just appears is pretty crazy.
I don't know what these are made out of. They're kind of bendy.
Yeah.
Nice unassisted backflip there. Oh, doing some Michael Jackson moves. Complete with the moonwalk. Well, we already did our tribute to Janet, so.
Yeah.
It'd be a Jackie Chan movie without some chair play.
Was it Mr. Nice Guy with the ladder fight?
No, that's First Strike.
Is it? Okay. That's that's
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite
Oh,
that
that's
I've
one of
seen.
the best things I've ever seen. I love that fight.
And then they kind of pay homage to it, and I think it's Transporter 2.
Yeah, you told me. I don't think I
He uses
saw
a
it.
ladder
Yeah,
at one point.
pretty cool. Yeah, that fight's incredible.
Those are some great choreographed films, by the way. The first 2 Transporter films.
Yeah, I think. I'll double check. I think it might be Yen. It's either Corey Yen or Yen Wu Ping. Let's see.
That'd be fun to cover one of those sometime.
Corey Yen. So, I mean, Corey Yen was a contemporary of Jackie Chan's back in the day in the 70s and 80s. So he knows his way around a fight scene.
The ones that do it well make it look easy.
Oh, he only directed the first Transporter.
Oh.
But although he might have done fight choreography for the second.
Oh.
I'm not sure. But he only directed the first one. I can't watch that movie because I love that girl too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was really upset by their relationship. Didn't make any sense. Like, he treated her like human garbage, and then she seduces him. Like, what? I mean, you find out she's seducing him, like, for her own reasons, but still.
Right.
I was mad. This is, like, the one, like, somewhat realistic fight in the movie. Everything else is fairly cartoonish. But this is mostly real stunts and moves. It does take a lot of strength.
Yeah.
New strategy, maybe. Getting hit a lot. Okay, that couldn't have been real, right? That move. There's no way you do that unassisted.
That was, though, I think.
Yeah, the two after it were definitely real, but that whole thing over the knocked over tables.
This is definitely a great fight scene.
Yeah. It's interesting because this guy is actually fighting in a style that's a lot like the way Jackie fights in his movies. Like, he's adapting and jumping and using stuff too, which is why it's pretty good. The dolphin comes through again. Kind of anticlimactic, but fitting.
Did he kill himself?
Yeah, he just blew himself up. Actually, is he might still be alive, I can't remember. Yeah, I guess that did it. You're touching another woman. Okay, I'll drop her.
Oh. This woman's crazy.
Yep. Well, Kyoko is the job. Better go get her.
Yeah, there they are. So they just stayed up there the whole time.
Like, we cleared the deck. That's our job. What? You mean the leader's down there and there's bombs and
We're good up here.
we're good up here. Sounds good. Oh, he's hungry. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's the end, by the way. That's the joke to go out on. He wants a bowl of noodles. The beautiful woman will do anything for him. He wants a bowl of noodles. So yeah, a lot of hit and miss, but it's so goofy. Jackie Chan, such a charm.
No, I liked it. I liked
Fun.
the goofiness of it. I think was charming.
Yeah. I like the surreal stuff.
But because it was all intentional, it wasn't trying to be serious. So
Right.
I liked how different it was, how kooky it was.
Yeah, definitely a fun one. Is this where he tells him he can marry his daughter or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, you can marry my daughter now.
Yeah, it was all because of me. Yeah. Oh, he says, yeah, you should bait her. So he doesn't just say you can marry her, but he's just like, I think it's a good idea. You could be a millionaire like me. It's like, well, that all sounds really good, but I've got this whole thing with this girl that I raised from a kid, and monogamy's not my style, yo. Cut to frantic chase, right? Yep. Which we also saw in the first Police Story, right? When he had that whole thing where he had to pretend like he didn't care about his girlfriend and he could boss her around. That's a big part of Jackie Chan's character. I'm actually whipped, but I pretend not to be.
Daughter!
Come back. Come back, daughter girlfriend. Daughter lover. I'm gonna join that crazy black skateboard gang that what's-her-name was in. I don't care about nothing no more. There's a whole thing with a car here. Did she get hit by the car? Somebody gotta get hit by a car?
I wouldn't be upset if she got hit by a car.
Somebody's gonna get hit by a car. Meanwhile,
wow, that's a crazy vehicle.
Yep. She's the one I'd pick.
Me too.
Badass agent. And her friend with the boobs is there. Well, she's not there right now, but she's around somewhere. I'll give it to you. I don't give a shit. Oh. Where was there a pool? Oh, right. He got knocked into his dreams. He's unconscious again. That is a much better ending.
I was going to say, where'd the mallet come from?
Because I thought, are they going out on this food? Concussions rule.
All right, guys, watch me swim.
Yeah, I forgot. That is a much better ending than going out on the food line. City Hunter. Somehow never got a sequel. Should have gotten a sequel. And now we get our blooper reel. Which are always worth the price of admission.
Absolutely.
And it shows just, I mean, they're funny, but it also shows, how much work they put into this. What's funny is, like, how often, like, he'll do, like, crazy things, like, perfect, and then he'll screw up something simple.
Yeah.
Those girls keep getting dropped onto mats the whole time. This movie's just girls getting dropped onto mats.
Was he dubbing his own voice in English at this point yet?
No. That's some really weird voice that you heard. Like, nothing like Jackie and no accent. I don't know when he started.
I mean, he speaks English really well.
I mean, Rumble in the Bronx was definitely him. And I think he went back and redubbed some of them. Because, Operation Condor was like 91. So he must have dubbed that like at some point of several years later. Because when I saw it was definitely him doing his own voice in that dub. Oh,
Rumble in the Bronx is 95, but I don't know when that was released in the States. 97 maybe?
No, I think earlier because
really?
Because First Strike was released 96 internationally and in the US.
For some reason I was thinking it was older than when it got a release here, but because I just thought it looked older.
Yeah. Because I mean that's what they did with Operation Condor. It was older, and then they got it a release around like 97 or 98. Because I remember seeing Operation Condor originally and thinking like it was like some sort of sequel to First Strike. See, there's Capcom in the.
It's like most of the Asian places. It was released in January of 95, and then U.S. and Canada February of 96. So about a year later.
Huh, that's funny. I thought that I saw Rumble in the Bronx earlier than that. I thought it was on video earlier than that.
It's got 92 on the.
Yeah,
it's there.
Released in 93.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hurt. But not that bad. That's City Hunter. So that's a fun one. So yeah, even though like if you're looking on stuff like Netflix and Prime, it's a really disappointing how many of the really cool Jackie Chan movies are missing. But that one's a fun one that I'd recommend to anybody. It's just one of the more goofy comedies, but it's got some fun stuff going on in it. For sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Hopefully we'll eventually be able to do Police Story 2, and I'd like to do that whole series. I haven't seen Super Cop in years, man. I haven't seen Super Cop in like at least 4 or 5 years, maybe longer.
I may have to buy Police Story 2 to watch it.
Yeah. I've got the Shout Factory, which has Police Story 1 and 2 together. And you can also get Police Story 1 and 2 together as a Criterion set now, which is insanely expensive. So, as much as I'd like to get it, I really can't justify it. I'm like, maybe if I'd owned them on, because I already own it on Blu-ray. If I owned it on DVD, maybe. But I actually already do own them on Blu-ray, so it would be really hard to justify spending that. I don't know, but I need to look around online and stuff, because, yeah, like, ones I really like to own are, like, Dragon Lord, at least one of the Project A's, Wheels on Meals. You know, there's that whole Lucky Star series, which is interesting because Jackie is like he's like the biggest star in them, but he's not like the main guy always. It's him and several of those other guys. So those are good movies too. They made at least like 4 of them in the 80s. They all have like Stars or Lucky Star in the title. It's him and a few of his friends from that era.
So here's an eight film pack, DVD. Has Battle Creek Brawl, City Hunter, Crime Story, Magnificent Bodyguards, Police Story 1 and 2, Dragon Fist, and The Protector.
I don't even know what Dragon Fist is. I at least know all those other titles. What's Dragon Fist?
And that's $18, so I may just wind up picking something like that up so we can do maybe, you know, I think The Protector probably a good one too to do at some point.
Yeah, that was his first attempt at like doing like trying to break into the American market. By the way, the cover of that is the one where he has like a big crazy like Gatling gun. It's funny. That's 85. That it was the failure of that motivated him to make Police Story. So it was good that The Protector failed, because then he was just like, you know what, I'm just going to do something completely the way I want to do it, type thing. Because for The Protector, it was actually directed by an American, James Glickenhaus or something like that. But it was after the failure of that movie that inspired Jackie to like direct his own films. The rest is history. Never seen it. I'd be interested in seeing it because it's basically a failure. Annie Ieo was in it.
85?
Yeah. Same year as Police Story. He just did Police Story like right after, like. But yeah, the cover has him with like a Gatling gun. Apparently, he'd done a movie in 1980 called The Big Brawl, which was actually technically his first. That was technically his first attempt at breaking into the American market. So it took a few tries. It wasn't until he was directing his own movies that it really worked out. Trying to look at those Lucky Star movies. There's at least 4 of them. He's in most of them. I don't know if he's in all of them. They're good movies that I've only never seen all the way, but I've seen parts of. Let's take a look at his filmography here for a second. Look in the 80s.
James Glickenhaus also directed Shakedown a couple years later. Have you ever seen that?
No.
That's a great one. Peter Weller, Sam Elliott.
Oh, cool.
It's just 80s as hell. I mean, it's great.
In 85, he also did the first of those, which was just called My Lucky Stars. But, yeah, is he not in any of the sequels? Is he only in the first one? Let's look up Lucky Stars here. Because I know they made several of those. Yeah, and these were ones directed by Sammo Hung. And Sammo Hung, I think, was in them, too. But Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan. Oh, Yin Bao. That was the guy I meant to say before. It was his friend Yin Bao. Even mention the sequels. I'm trying to find what the other sequels are because I know they made. Oh, okay, let's see. First film, blah blah blah. The third one is called Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars. What's the second one? Yeah, since he was the big star, he had like top billing, but he wasn't actually like the most important character. So Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars is the third one, and that's 85. And like got these movies out fast. He's in the third one, yeah. So Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan, and Yun Bao. They're like the main guys. This is the third one. What the hell is the second one? How did I jump over it? Oh, that's why. Winners and Sinners is one of them. So it doesn't actually have stars in the title for some reason, but technically Winners and Sinners is the second one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a double check here that Yun Bao is the guy I was trying to name when I was talking about Wheels on Meals. I'm pretty sure that's him. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff in the 70s. Trying to get out of the 70s here. Yeah, Yun Bao is the other guy, the other main guy in Wheels on Meals, which is just an excellent movie. And Yun Bao is also in Dragons Forever.
I haven't seen Wheels on Meals before.
Yeah, it's really good. The one I'm dying to see Yun Bao's also in is Miracle, or sometimes called Miracles. That's the one. That's the holy grail for me. I want to find that so bad. That is the one that is basically, it's called Miracles. It's inspired by the movie Pocket Full of Miracles, which itself is like a, it's his right. Pocket Full of Miracles was the 61 one, which was the remake of the original Frank Capra film Lady for a Day. And yeah, so it was Jackie Chan. Seems like all directors go through a phase where they want to do a movie that has like big, like lavish musical numbers and stuff in it. And Jackie was no different. Like he wanted to do this, but as usual, it does have its funny. But it has, yeah, it's also been known as Mr. Canton and Lady Rose, Black Dragon, sometimes Miracles, the Canton Godfather, or just the Canton Father, and sometimes it's Miracles with an S, and sometimes it's Miracle. But that's 89. But I'm obsessed with seeing that movie. Because this was like his big sort of like he dreamed of doing a movie like this for years. Yeah, but Yun Bao's in that too.
Well, he achieved his goal, I guess, being international.
Yeah.
Hell, he was huge when I was like a teenager. He was massive, star here in America,
Oh yeah. Like, those movies were really popular, and then he got elevated even more so by doing the Rush Hour movie.
Yeah.
Which may not be the greatest movie, but you understand the significance of it. It did introduce him to a new audience. There were people that wouldn't have seen his other films, and I think it was significant at the time for 1998 to have like a top Hollywood movie where both leads were, non-white. It was kind of interesting.
I feel like it's got a lot of stuff in there that's racist towards Asians, honestly, but
it really does. I'm a little surprised that he went with some of it.
I know it's all played for comedic, but still, they couldn't do it the other way, right?
Yeah,
couldn't be like,
doing a bunch of black stereotypes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would look really bad. Yeah. As those movies go, they get less of that, I think. The first one's probably the worst for that. I remember laughing at really weird lines at one point. He's like, I'm his cousin or something. I'm Blackanese. It's like, what? Okay, sure.
I never thought that was funny. That stuff is. I don't really like Chris Tucker.
It's like I'm okay with him in that and Friday. Besides that,
Friday, yeah. Fifth Element maybe, but that's about it.
Fifth Element's just a crazy over the top character. I can live with it, I guess. I don't know. They're not a bad duo. Those movies were good for what they were. Like I said, they did help introduce them to a new audience and things, but really, it's too. It's also paired with getting older too. That after that, the movies just weren't quite as good. What's the best movie he did in the 2000s?
Hey, you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You gotta go up higher. You gotta go up another octave. Be Chris Tucker.
Oh, I can't hit it. I can't go that high. I'm just saying, like, he might as well like do his eyes slanted or something, It's very racist.
But at the same time, they do show some of that cultural understanding and bonding thing, like when they both sing "War." So it tries. It is a little clunky, and it can definitely make you cringe at times. Yeah, some things don't age that well.
Well, it's a double standard in that film.
Yeah.
And to be like, we both like fried chicken. Both of our cultures love fried chicken. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't come across that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jackie Chan will always be a hero of mine. I know, just like anybody, he's not a perfect person. Doesn't have a relationship with his daughter. But again, how's that anybody's business? You know?
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, you go
And
start
I mean,
judging
typical
people.
of a lot of like Chinese people that are of like high stature or visibility, you know, there's not much he can really do or say about their government. Is he supposed to like defy them and talk about how awful they are? I mean, yeah, speaking of which, one thing that's really annoying about a lot of Russian athletes is whether they mean it or not, like somebody like Alex Ovechkin, like they'll play up like Putin, like he's a great guy and stuff like that. And about a year ago, Artemi Panarin, he's a New York Ranger now, was actually like, he didn't say anything like too bad, but he was critical of Putin in some interviews, which was just massive because he's easily the highest profile Russian athlete to ever like criticize Putin. And like part of this year, he had to take a leave of absence from the team because all of a sudden he's 28 years old. There were these allegations that way back when he was in the KHL playing for, I can't remember what team it was, but his coach was this guy who did used to play in the NHL a bit. He was a goon, basically. Might have been Christophe Oloa, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, who like had this story that there was some incident at a hotel where he like sexually assaulted a girl, and like, I mean, there's just no way that's true. Like the timing of it and everything, it's just like it's so obvious that it's some sort of like thing from like Putin's people and stuff to smear this guy. Like anyway, he's back playing now. I'm glad for it. It's just, but it's just so refreshing to see somebody like that isn't just like Putin's friend or boy. And I realize it's a tough position to be in. It's like Putin's a big fan of you. You can't be like, well, tell him to go fuck himself. If you're like, okay, do you have anybody in Russia you care about because their lives are ruined
Yep.
or if not over? You want to, they'll lock you up for a speeding ticket or something. So that's why, like, I think it's sort of the same thing with like some of these Chinese people. Like, I don't know if Jackie Chan really absolutely adores the Chinese government and thinks everything they do is great. Part of me thinks like his hands are just a little bit tied because of the position he's in. So I think it's kind of wrong if people like accuse him of like being some like poster boy for it or like he approves of everything the Chinese do. I mean, it's true. He said some weird things in interviews. Like I remember once he said something like he thought like, and again, it could be a translation issue too, but he had said something like he felt like about limiting people's freedoms probably was good because people do need to be controlled. And in the right context, that does make a certain amount of sense, but I don't know. But at the same time, it also sounds really crazy. It sounds like, yes, I'm definitely for an oppressive government crushing everybody's rights. So I don't know. But anyway, still, all that aside, I think Jackie Chan is a good guy.
He's not exactly in a position to where he can argue with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
so I mean, what is he going to do?
And getting back to fights again, I mean, I used to think Rose Namajunas was an okay person until, did you see her, like, hyping up this fight with the Chinese fighter?
No.
Well, she basically said, oh, I don't want to make anything personal out of it, but she, like, brought up all this communist stuff and used the term, the 50s term, better dead than red. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's just a fight. And you said you don't want to make it personal or about politics? Like, I think that's awful. Why would you do that? Everybody thought you were cool, Rose. And I mean, some people probably still do because they're like, that's right, fuck China. I'm just like, this is a Chinese fighter. This is not, again, the government or anything like that. Jay Wang, well, I can't remember her name. But anyway, they have an upcoming fight. And I just thought, wow, that's like a really stupid thing to say.
I hadn't heard all that.
That's really recent. That's just like a day or two ago.
That may be all for hype, They do a lot of that stuff, just like hype.
Oh, yeah, I know. But, I mean, and it's like, I'm all for it, but sometimes, I don't know, too many fighters cross the lines and stuff. It's like when Cody, what's his name, called the Brazilians animals or something. Like, come on, man. Like, even if that is for hype, it's still out there that you're referring to a country full of people as animals. Whether or not you meant
in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Brazil when he said it?
He like addressed them as animals. Like he wasn't in an interview saying they're animals. He was like, you are animals. And he was very specific that like Brazilians are animals. He wasn't like this hostile crowd, you are animals. He's like the Brazilian people are like, what a fucking tool. Yeah, and even if it's for show, there's no way to, nobody can control how everybody's going to take a comment or how everything's going to feel, but you can control what you say. But anyway.
Yeah, he's a guy that I think operates on that people hating him, being
Oh,
a heel or whatever.
Yeah, I get it. Speaking of people like that, Mike Perry is probably done. He lost in the last fight. I mean, he's only 29. He already looks like he's done. And again, how are we supposed to stir up a bunch of sympathy? I'm just like, it was just like only a few months ago that I saw like video of you getting kicked out of a club and yelling at everybody, calling everybody the N-word. Like, am I supposed to feel sorry for you? White people. He was calling white people that, but it's still pretty fucking weird and wrong. Yeah. And he had like this whole thing, like, because he had this awful thing with his ex-wife. But now he's got a new wife and he's got a daughter and he's better. Well, no, clearly not. So am I supposed to feel really bad for him if he's going to be out of the UFC? Like, no. He's a tough as hell guy, but you can't win that way. Like using his face to block every punch, that's not conducive to success. I'm impressed by how tough you are, but the good fighters are going to always put you down.
Well, that's like checking a leg kick every time,
Yeah.
You can do it for a while. You can't do it forever.
I'm always impressed, though. Like, I don't even know how some of these guys train for things like that.
I don't know how their bones are so fucking strong, man.
Yeah. I mean, you can harden your shins. Like Muay Thai people do it, and I tried to do it a little bit. I probably failed because I didn't do it long enough. But I mean, even I made some inroads, because what used to be like get me all red did eventually fade a bit. But
to where you're able to, I mean, you actually take that shot and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. And I'm not sure taking shots. I'm just talking about like hitting bags and stuff, like for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, but you're right. Like for them, like, no, stop it. Give me a break, cat. Leave the matzo sticks alone. I'll give you some treats in a minute.
You said it.
Yeah, I know. I said it. So we'll wrap up here. Thank you for anybody that is watching or has watched or is going to watch, because this is a cool movie, City Hunter. I don't know. We were disappointed in the limited selection of Jackie Chan movies, but this is kind of a unique, fun movie and definitely worth checking out, I think. Not even beyond the Street Fighter 2 thing, which of course is very cool, but it's got some good fights in it. The comedy's hit and miss, but it's still goofy and fun and very surreal, so I like it a lot. It's a fun movie to do, so
yeah, I enjoyed it.
And we'll, as we said, we'll keep trying to do live commentaries on various martial arts movies going forward, because they're a lot of fun to do. And yeah, hopefully we'll have another one fairly soon. So thanks for watching, guys, or anybody that did. I don't know. When it's on my channel, people don't usually get the announcements and stuff, but I'll try to put some links and Twitter stuff so people can find this eventually. All right, thanks, guys. Peace out. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Yeah.